to separate the men from the boys, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Best can't kill out my intro. Word your blood, daddy. This time is for taking. Time steady ticking. Food supply getting lower and these diapers getting expensive.
What up, it's your boy E with BoxingProfits, bringing that toe-to-toe value that's undisputed in this industry. I'm going to get straight to the point right here, you dig? Canelo bitch ass, I was born scary Alvarez. Well, guess what? His old PUSSY plans have been defunded, okay? Dazn is not allowing that trash, that garbage, that insult to everybody's intelligence to take precedence on their platform, and shouts out to Dazn. I'm still not investing in your platform is because y'all was stupid enough to give GGG and Canelo Alvarez all that money, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying, y'all suffering the consequences when, you know, we've known that these suckers were unworthy of that money for years. We were aware of that. And now y'all starting to come around and learn too. This has been going on, Dazn. If you ain't been aware, I know y'all been out there in the mountains of wherever y'all at, Russia, wherever you come from, okay? For years, Canelo Alvarez has been doing this, okay? This ain't been no secret. What were y'all expecting Canelo Alvarez to do? He's never, N-E-V-E-R, he's never going to give you the fights that the boxing fans want to see. Never. The only way he's going to do that is if he sees one of the boxers vulnerable, or they have to suffer from some kind of illness, or they got to get hit with something crazy, God forbid, because I don't like to see nobody suffer no unfortunate circumstances in their life, but it is what it is. That's the only way Canelo Alvarez will fight anybody who he sees as 1% more threatening than all of the bums that he's been cherry-picking basically his whole career. He already done cherry-picked the Liam brothers. That's number one. Number two, he dropped the WBC title just to duck Gennady Golovkin, okay? For 3 years, he ducked Golovkin, all right? 3 years. They was even on the same network fighting, bro. Don't play with me. Golovkin was 32 years old when he first became a champion. Canelo Alvarez was in the division with Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin was calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. The WBC ordered the fight. This idiot dropped his title and moved on out of the division just so he can duck Gennady Golovkin. And then on top of that, he didn't decide to fight Gennady Golovkin until he observed him being vulnerable in the ring against a guy, with all due respect, came off about with spine cancer, who Canelo Alvarez also fought for some titles. Man, don't get me started with this dude, bro. This dude is just, he's horrible for boxing. He's been horrible for years. And I don't understand why y'all made such an investment in a dude. And one thing that we say as market participants is never catch a falling knife. That's exactly what y'all did this on. Y'all caught a big old fat, sharp, and dull falling knife. That's exactly what y'all did. And y'all cut yourself. Now you're trying to stop the bleeding, but guess what? It's too late now. You allowed this Canelo virus to get inside of your bloodstream, and now you're infected with it. You see what I'm saying? This is what the dude has been doing since he's been in the game. Not only did he do all those things I previously mentioned, but he ducked Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade when he was the 154 champion, okay? Ducked this man for years, all right, when Demetrius Andrade was having all those problems with his promotional people, okay? He ducked GGG. He ducked Demetrius Andrade. He ducked both of the Charlo twins, okay, in 154 and in 160. Not only is Jamal Charlo his mandatory challenger for the WBC title for years, Mauricio Suleiman, who I'm going to get on in a second, his BITCH ass, right? That fool granted Canelo Alvarez a get-out-of-jail-free card with the franchise title just to give him leverage to duck Jamal Charlo so you wouldn't have to take on his mandatory. Not only did he do that, but after he fought Gennady Golovkin when he was 35, 36 years old, okay, he decided to get juiced up to his cinnamon hairline, okay, off of clenbuterol, when there was a long history, okay, long lengthy history of Mexican fighters where we all knew, man, I knew as a teenager, bro, don't eat the meat in Mexico because it'll make you sick. But it turns out that the meat in Mexico was power-packed with clenbuterol. What do you know? Eric Morales suffered a failed drug test. Francisco Vargas suffered a failed drug test. Not only did Canelo Alvarez suffer a failed drug test and serve the 6-month suspension, yeah, we going down the annals of history on this BITCH, PUSSY, FUCK boy. We doing it. because y'all don't want to bring up these facts, okay? So not only did, you know what I'm saying, have all the history, but one of his own fighters, Julio Cesar Martinez or Marinez or whatever that fool's name is, okay? He was suspended and basically dropped like a hot rock, okay? So not only did he do that, but he also got dropped by the IBF out of their rankings, and they stripped him of his title when he refused to take on Sergey Derevchenko, okay? He basically ducked Sergey Derevchenko. So how many ducks does this fool have on his record? That's 6 so far? Okay, so now David Benavidez loses his title on the scale, okay? Yeah, it's not Canelo Alvarez's fault that David Benavidez lost the title on the scale. Clearly, that's all on Benavidez. But this fool decided not to even challenge Benavidez for all these years. He never decided to challenge Benavidez. And as soon as this guy loses his title on the scale, now he decides to try to fight a motherfucker named Yadameen. What? Y'all running out of excuses, bro. See these old stupid-ass man fans is around here parading Canelo, holding him up like in some high regard like he's some kind of Roman goddess or something, when all he is the cherry-picking God. That's all he is. And y'all get on y'all knees and y'all pray to his cherries. What kind of, bruh, this is just horrible. This is horrible for the sport of boxing that this dude is allowed to just get away with this shit. You feel me? And, you know, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. He made a great observation. He made a great association. He says that, you know, in the playoffs, in the NBA, in the NFL, these teams are battling the best competition to see who's the best of the best in the end. Not the other way around, not the best team taking on the most garbage team in the Super Bowl or in the NBA Finals. That's a great assessment. That's exactly what Canelo Alvarez is doing. You know what I'm saying? And the Mauricio Sulaiman, that old BITCHFUCK boy, okay? This fool allowed Canelo Alvarez to not only duck all of the smoke in the 160 division, okay? Speaking of smoke, y'all idiots always talking about, oh, they don't want no smoke with Canelo. Oh, they ducking the smoke. Man, get the FUCK out of here, bro. When it's him that's hiding behind that smoke and got to hide with Mexico, okay? Him and his lover, Oscar De La Hoya, and his other lover, Mauricio Sulaiman. They all hide behind that smoke down there in the mountains of God High with Mexico, okay? Eating that smoked Mexican meat together. Eating them smoked hog testicles, right? Oscar De La Hoya talking about he making a comeback at 47. Man, get out of here, right? Y'all allow these dudes to do this, bro. Y'all allow them to do this shit. You feel me? Now, not only did I lay out all that information for you, all factual information, all things that can be just basically Googled and researched at the snap of a finger, but Mauricio Sulaiman not only granted him the permission to duck everybody in 160, but he's doing the same thing in the 168 division, okay? But, of course, Dazn won't allow them to stream that bullshit, okay? You see? You see who's king in all this? Dazn is actually the king in all of this, right? So, I say Dazn, take him to court, you know what I'm saying, drain him out of all these years, because I'm telling y'all, it's only going to be a matter of time before one of these bums defeat Canelo Alvarez, and I'm going to be right here waiting. Don't you understand? I'm going to be right here, you dig? So anyway, let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. I'm done with it. It's your boy E with Boxing Profits. Sign out to the next one. Holla at your boy 100. Woo, out.